This man is 21-year-old Brandon Risner. Brandon is currently buying cleaning supplies to hide the murder of his own best friend, Aaron Davis. Mere days ago, Aaron's car was inexplicably found submerged in this creek.
The crazy thing is, there was no acceleration.
The next time officers would see any sign of Aaron would be in Brandon's blood-filled bedroom.
There's a significant amount of blood next to the bed, too.
It's got cleaner on it.
And Brandon is currently on the run, with a desperate manhunt ensuing to find both him and his victim. But the closer they get to solving this case, the faster it will spiral out of control. On the morning of Saturday, November 12, 2022, officers from the Rome Police Department responded to a report of an abandoned vehicle at Heritage Park. When they arrived, they found a blue Toyota Prius ditched behind a levee, partially submerged in a creek bed.
The thing's running a lot.
Oh, I thought it was running.
It sounds like it.
Dude.
See, no one did.
Oh,
Somebody go get Scotty's tow rope and get his fucker out.
At first, it looks like someone has crashed into the creek, but as officers look closer, things start to feel off. First off, there are no skid marks to suggest the driver tried to brake. Second, the driver is nowhere to be found. And most importantly, the car is found in neutral, which raises an immediate question. Did this car actually drive into the creek, or was it pushed?
The crazy thing is, there was no acceleration. It's almost like it just
rode off in there or something.
Yeah. Didn't go all the way up in park or something.
That's something. I don't know.
Yeah, there's lights on but it ain't running.
At this point, officers have no clue who the car belongs to, why it's been abandoned, and who pushed it into the lake. In situations like this, the very first thing law enforcement does is run the vehicle's license plates. By doing so, officers discover the car belongs to a 21-year-old man named Aaron Davis. Aaron lived with his parents in Cumming, Georgia, and had recently graduated from BYU, Idaho with a degree in political science. His family knew him as bright and kind-hearted, a young adult who had been looking forward to starting his career and building a future with his girlfriend. With that, the questions arise. How did Aaron's car end up in a ditch? And most importantly, where is Aaron? Hoping to get some answers, officers reach out to his father, Randy.
Then we're going to go up to visit his girlfriend in Alabama after that.
Okay. Yeah, can you see if you maybe can get a hold of him and check in with him, see where his car is supposed to be?
I'll put you on 1021 for Brandon Evans.
Yeah, so you just found the car abandoned there?
Yeah, it's actually off in a little ditch. We're in the process of getting it out. I don't think there's anybody in it right now.
Okay, let me call him and see what's going on. Sorry, I had this first time hearing about it.
Okay. Yeah, this is my cell phone number, so you can call me back on this when you find something out, okay?
All right, we'll do.
All right, what's your son's name right quick?
His first name is Aaron, A-A-R-O-N.
Uh-huh.
Last name is Davis.
Okay. All right. Well, let me know.
Yeah, we'll do.
Okay, thank you.
Find out.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
16 dispatch. All right, I spoke to the registered owner. His son's supposed to be driving, and he's in the process of checking with him. Y'all don't think he's in there?
No, I didn't know come on there.
Okay. Son's name's Aaron Davis. Supposed to be coming to Rome to see some friends and going to Alabama to see his girlfriend.
I don't think he made it there.
No. I wonder where he's at. Why his car is down there.
Unfortunately, Randy doesn't seem to have an idea of his son's whereabouts, but he ends up giving them a crucial lead, one that would help them make the most important discovery of this case. The night before, Aaron leaves home in his Prius, planning to drive to Alabama to visit his girlfriend, Charlie. But somewhere along the way, his plans change. Instead, he decides to spend the night with his childhood friend, 21-year-old Brandon Risner. Aaron and Brandon attended the same high school and were members of the same church. They even enrolled at the same university. Aaron would later graduate in July 2022, while Brandon left after just one semester to pursue acting. By then, Brandon was working as a scare actor at a haunted house in Canton, Georgia. That night, Aaron took a chance to catch up with an old friend after graduating. Little did he know that it would be the last time his family would ever hear from him. With Brandon now being the last known person to see Aaron alive, officers give him a call, hoping he can explain how Aaron's car ended up abandoned in a creek.
Hello?
Hey, is this Mr. Reisner?
Yes, this is.
Hey, I'm Lieutenant Sailor's Rome Police. You doing all right today?
Yes, I am. I'm looking for my friend right now.
Yeah, that's what I was calling about. You hadn't heard from him, I don't guess?
I have not. I've tried calling him and it's just gone straight to voicemail. And I heard he was at Heritage Park, so that's where I'm at right now. So I'm looking around. Do you guys know where the car was?
Yeah, it was in a ditch over there. When's the last time you saw Aaron?
I saw him last night.
About what time?
Well, we started drinking around like 12
Uh-huh.
or noon, and he started throwing up pretty bad. He told me to leave him alone, so I went downstairs, and I fell asleep, and I guess I woke up around like 1 or 2 a.m.,
Uh-huh.
and that's when I saw that his car was gone.
So you think sounds like he might have been intoxicated?
Yeah, he probably was, unless he threw it all up. He threw up a lot.
Okay. Do you know if anybody left with him or drove him or?
Don't think so. I would be surprised. I don't think he knows anyone in this area.
Brandon's story sounds almost innocent, but there's one problem. Aaron's car is found less than 2 miles from Brandon's house on Collingwood Road, and it's clear it didn't end up there by accident. Someone deliberately pushed it into the creek. So with Brandon being the last person to see Aaron alive, the officer has a feeling there's more to the story and decides to pay Brandon a visit at his family's house.
Hey, what's going on?
Going good.
I'm Officer Garner with the Rome Police Department. We're following up on all this stuff. So I know you already talked with Officer Bethune earlier a little bit and talked with Officer Stallings. Can you walk me through what's going on? Just make sure we're all on the same page.
We started drinking around 12 yesterday.
Yeah, it's you and Aaron, right?
Yeah, me and Aaron.
Okay. Anyone else with you guys?
And went to bars sometime in the evening. And I had bought some red wine.
Yeah.
I guess that was after work because I worked that day.
Okay.
And we came back here. We were driving and then we started drinking the red wine. He doesn't drink too often, so
Yeah.
he had gone upstairs and was just puking everywhere into the toilet. He was like standing up and puking for some reason. And then I went downstairs because he was telling me that he doesn't need any help. And I went downstairs, dropped a bottle, cut my pinky, and I went to the urgent care this morning. And yeah, I bandaged it up, took a shower, went to bed.
So you've been knowing him since you were in 5th grade? It's a long time, man.
We've gone to the same church.
Okay.
Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Okay.
Mormons.
Yeah.
I've kind of drifted away a little bit.
Yeah.
And he would drink occasionally, but he's still like staying with the church.
Yeah. So he didn't drink a lot because of that.
Yeah. So just occasionally. Yeah. So I imagine the alcohol poisoning.
It's possible. Yeah.
Puking like horribly.
How much did you drink? Do you know?
We had the whole thing of wine.
Did you all share it pretty much evenly?
I'd say so.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we had a shot at Giggity's.
Okay. What'd you shoot?
Fire whiskey. Or fireball.
Fireball. All right.
And we had some beers.
How many beers do you think you had?
Like 2.
You have any problem with us checking inside the hall?
No.
No problem at all? So you're okay if we go in there and walk around just to take a look?
Yes.
Okay. You mind hanging out with Officer Bethune while I do that? No dogs or anything, is that right?
No,
Okay. No ferocious iguanas or anything?
no.
You never know, man. People have all kinds of pets.
The officers go through the house, looking for any detail that seems out of place, and luckily they find it. The room, where Aaron had supposedly spent the night and threw up uncontrollably, was locked, and the only person who had access to it was Brandon. So the officers call him in for assistance. Soon after, they find something that would turn Brandon from a lifelong friend to a suspected killer.
Sorry, Brandon, I know I'm asking you a lot of questions. I have one more question. Is there anywhere in the house that you don't regularly go to?
The cellar.
Okay.
In the attic spot.
In the attic spot. The one with the key and the door over here? Okay.
The up there, but to the right. I don't go over there very often because it's a creepy attic.
Okay. Do you mind coming in here with me so you can just show me where I'm going and all that?
Yeah.
Just makes it a little bit easier. Because I don't want to go somewhere that, your parents hang out at, because I'm not trying to get in their space,
Where you want to look.
Give me a second. I'm just going to have him walk with me to make sure I don't go somewhere where he doesn't go. It's important. It's not mine. There's a significant amount of blood next to the bed, too. Not to mention, if he had alcohol poisoning, he wouldn't have been able to get up and move around this morning. Especially at 2 or 3 in the morning.
Officers find the room filled with cleaning supplies and a strong smell of chemicals, which would make sense if Aaron had thrown up everywhere and Brandon had cleaned it. But nothing explains why there's a pool of blood right there on the carpet, with massive splatters across the walls. By this point, officers finally have some of the answers they were looking for. They have every reason to believe Aaron is seriously hurt, or even worse, dead. They also suspect Brandon pushed Aaron's car into the creek to make it look like an accident, and now he's withholding the one piece of information they desperately need: Aaron's whereabouts. With every passing minute, the chances of finding Aaron alive grow slimmer. Investigators can't afford to wait any longer, so they step outside to confront Brandon. But what happens next sends the entire situation spiraling out of control.
Oh, my knees. Keep going. Keep going. Run down. You jumped the fence. Head back towards Collinwood. All right, whatever road runs perpendicular to East Night, so 8th.
Brandon's decision to run instantly makes him the prime suspect in Aaron's disappearance. Believing they may now be hunting a killer, officers call for additional units and begin searching the neighborhood for any trace of Brandon.
Somewhere between LaPorte and East Night, it's got to be in these houses.
Go. Get her back up there at the house on the back side of that house in the backyard.
Okay. Go up to the house, get in the backyard. Possible 1043 suspect. Hey, did you happen to see anyone run out this way?
Sorry.
Did you happen to see anyone run by your house this way?
No, I have not.
Okay, if you see a lanky kid wearing a dark shirt, call us, okay?
I sure will.
For the time being, officers have lost sight of Brandon, but there's someone who might know where he is: his father, Jeremy. Jeremy, his wife, Rachel, and Brandon all lived in the same house that has now become an active crime scene. Jeremy had been out of town when Brandon invited Aaron over for drinks the night before. Luckily, a neighbor manages to get Jeremy on the phone. Officers immediately start asking if he has any idea where Brandon might have gone.
Are you on speakerphone?
Yes, it's on speaker.
Okay. Hey, sir, I'm Lieutenant Sailor Crone Police.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Reisner, the homeowner,
Yes,
and
sir.
my Brandon's father.
Okay. Yeah, we're probably going to need to talk to Brandon. Do you know where he is?
No, I thought he was still at home. Now, earlier we had told him to make sure to keep his phone on, keep it handy, and to, maybe drive around the areas where they normally hang out and try to look for him, for Aaron.
Okay.
But no, Brandon's not answering the phone. We're trying to reach him.
Okay. Does he have any kind of Life 360 or Find My Phone app that you might could get us his location for?
I can try. I've located his phone before, but I used his laptop in his bedroom to do it. We're still about an hour away, working our way there.
Okay.
Yeah, I can try that out.
Okay. Yeah, we really need to talk to him, and at this point it would be better if he voluntarily came in and talked to us a little bit about what's going on.
Oh, yeah, of course. You guys have talked to him today, right?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I mean, just to be fair, you realize we're at your house, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Turns out Jeremy is as clueless about Brandon's whereabouts as anyone else right now. With no idea where Brandon has gone, officers decide to finish their search of the house when they are informed of a major discovery.
Hey, Pete. We never did finish checking the rooms.
He's saying there's blood in the trunk
Is there?
of that car.
Oh, in the Prius?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Back at the creek, officers find blood inside the trunk of the Prius, which only confirms their suspicions. They now believe Brandon loaded Aaron into the trunk and disposed of his body somewhere else before pushing the Prius into the creek. With that theory, officers move inside the house, and in doing so, they discover a lot more.
Is that the rest of the stuff? There's still stuff in the dryer he was washing, so I don't know. This may be the sheets that he washed before. I don't see anything on them. I think everything happened upstairs. You see any ways down? Like a cellar or anything? Oh, there. Yeah, that's the suspect's room. Correct. The victim stayed upstairs. This is the suspect's bedroom. Just watch your feet. There are some droppings on the ground. Droplets on there. Where he tried to clean up, right there. Or he tried to clean it up. Yeah. Yeah. Once you step on the rug, there's wet blood on there. Another spot right here he tried to clean up.
While officers are making major discoveries inside the house, Brandon's father, Jeremy, pulls up outside with his wife, Rachel. Expecting to see Brandon inside the house, Jeremy is instead met with several police officers going in and out of the house. Naturally, he has questions.
I'm not sure that's your door. Yeah, moving down here. They're not going to keep them.
Sorry, I realize you might not be able to answer this question. I don't know the answer, but
There's suspicion that Brandon was involved in hurting Aaron or something.
There's suspicion of something happened at the home.
Beyond getting drunk and throwing up.
Well, we don't know. I mean, honestly, a couple of officers have been in and just done a quick survey of the home, try to figure out what's going on. And I've not been able to look into it. At this point, we just don't know. They're lifelong friends.
As investigators dig deeper into Brandon's background, they uncover several concerning details. Records show he had struggled with substance abuse in the past and had a history of repeated traffic violations and other criminal offenses. Then his father, Jeremy, also tells detectives that Brandon had been battling serious mental health issues, including paranoia, schizophrenia, and obsessive-compulsive disorder. On the other hand, Aaron's girlfriend had a suspicion that her boyfriend was attracted to Brandon, and something might have happened between them since she hadn't heard from him in 2 days. This leaves detectives wondering, was it the result of an unwanted sexual advance, or did Brandon's deteriorating mental state drive him to kill his lifelong friend?
Stallings said he was the one that looked in the trunk where all the blood was.
So Stallings did look in the trunk?
Yeah, he ended up looking in the trunk like 20 minutes after we chased the guy or something like that.
So
it was after we had already chased him.
ran from here?
He ran from here.
On foot?
Yes. That way. Yeah, we decided to do a follow-up because I told Trace, I was like, there might be something off here, right? So Bethune and I come over here, and I called Bethune on the way. I was like, hey, just in case something's going on, I want to let you know my end game is to try to get into the house if he'll consent to it. So I sat here, made small talk with him for a little bit. I was like, hey, do you mind if I check your house real quick? Make sure there's nothing wrong with it. He's like, oh, yeah, go ahead. I was like, so you're okay if I check your house? Yeah. And then I had Trace bring him inside of the house because I walked in there and I was like, I don't know where the common areas are, right? So I'm not going to go into his parents' room or anything. So I had Trace bring him into the house. Trace was standing down there. At that point, Brown showed up, was down there with Trace. I walked upstairs because he said that's where Aaron was vomiting everywhere and he's been trying to clean it. I walked up there and saw all that. He had showed up at the scene of where the vehicle was located at Heritage Park. Someone had called him a relative of the missing person. I don't know. I didn't work that side of it. Trace Bethune and I decided to follow up over here just to make sure we, cross our T's, dot our I's and all that good stuff. And I called Trace on the way here. I was like, hey, just in case something's going on, because the girlfriend actually said that and almost hinted at she thinks maybe he was cheating on her because it had been like 2 days since they had spoken last. And she had no clue where he was and hadn't talked to him or anything like that. So we came over here. He was upstairs when we got here because it took him a while to come down and he came from the direction of the door. Yeah, he told us that his friend Aaron had vomited everywhere and he was working on cleaning that up. So, and then I asked for consent to search. He gave it to me. I asked again just to make sure. He gave it to me. Trey stayed with him all the time. I went upstairs, found the blood, called Sergeant Brown upstairs with me. He's like, yep, that's blood. Came downstairs about that time, heard a scuffle, and 47 said he was running out the door. We took off running after him down that way, but he's 6'3", maybe $160. He was quick. His parents also live here. Brandon talked to him. Brown talked to him earlier. They're in town now. They came up here, and I think Randy talked to him too, briefly.
Shot, stabbed, something.
The suspect. I don't know if I told you that too. I told Randy. The suspect also had a cut to his finger underneath.
How did you find that out?
He told me that.
So
he volunteered that information. He said he went to Harvin Clinic.
Okay. So just, you said that's guy right there, he's mentally.
They told us that he's mental, has OCD, has like anger issues and stuff like that. They thought maybe he was schizophrenia. They thought maybe he didn't really give off that vibe to me, but then again, it seems like he murdered someone. No, he didn't. Nope. I couldn't smell it coming off of him. I was probably me to you. He wasn't slurring or anything.
As investigators are left to wonder, they aren't the only ones desperate for answers. Aaron's parents are left fearing the worst, so they head to the police department, hoping someone can tell them what happened to their son.
The officers that are at the house said y'all had some information, that y'all had heard some things.
Yeah, we just mentioned that the timeline had changed a little bit from what we were hearing from Brandon, so we definitely you want to
The
hear our
last
story?
time anybody's heard from him was Thursday at 9:50.
Is Brandon?
No, this was
From Aaron, my son. Aaron.
Oh, Aaron. Oh, I'm sorry.
Aaron's girlfriend was just sitting in the car outside the the last conversation they had was at 9:57 p.m. on Thursday.
that he'd be coming. They've already been discussing that they'd be coming over Friday morning.
Okay.
And so she texted, and then he never said. He said, "Yeah, they were really excited that was going to happen." And then
Where is she at?
she's outside.
Oh, no.
She lives in Gadsden.
Okay. So that's where he was heading. Is that correct?
Right. So, I mean, he and Rand have been friends for years, and so just being kind of a midway point, he's still up there hanging out before and didn't have anything ready because of her.
Okay. When did he leave? Did he leave y'all's house?
Yeah, last Thursday afternoon at some point. We don't know exactly what.
Okay. Did y'all hear from Aaron when he got here in Rome?
No.
Y'all not talked to him since he left.
Their house is
Yeah. He's a typical 21-year-old, not gonna.
Yeah, I mean, he's on his own. He's not going to call on and say, "Yeah,
I got you. But he does. I mean, he checks in with his girlfriend fairly regular.
Thursday night.
Thursday night.
She would be expecting to hear from him constantly
Yeah.
until he got there right.
The plan was
He was supposed to go.
Friday morning.
He was supposed to leave Rome to Gadsden.
And so his girlfriend texted or tried to call Ben, tried to call my son Aaron, and wasn't able to get through. And so she texted Brandon, and Brandon responded back saying, Aaron's phone must not be working.
Even though he's like, I'm right here with Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh, we're out walking. Oh, my phone's not working.
And she said, are you still coming? Is he still coming over today? And he said, he's coming over tomorrow. That's the plan for the beginning. And
that's the plan now.
That was the plan. That's what Brandon said. They to get up on Saturday rather than Friday. That wasn't the plan initially. And that's not what she understood. And they had this conversation on Thursday.
Yeah. So this was Friday when. I'm sorry. What's the girlfriend's name?
Charlie Girl.
Yeah, Charlie Girl.
With so many questions and no one to answer them, deputies can only hope to find Brandon. But before that happens, they come across a crucial piece of evidence. Walking around the house, Jeremy finds Brandon's phone. For investigators, this could be a major breakthrough. The phone might have the details that could solve the entire case, like Brandon and Aaron's last communication or even messages, photos, or location data pointing to where Aaron might be. If Brandon had been hiding the truth, his phone could tell it just as easily. Naturally, investigators want to examine it immediately. The only problem is, Jeremy refuses to hand it over without a search warrant.
Okay, all right. Okay. Hey, if you hear from him at all, we just need to know he's alive, we need to know he's okay. Please reach out to us, okay? He doesn't have his phone. He does not have his phone, so don't bother trying to call him. Okay. Thanks, Silence. Take it. What's the status?
So first of all, I understand you found his cell phone. That's right. You want to turn that over to us?
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I do. My gut says yes, but at the same time,
yeah. I mean, we
I don't know.
We'll probably need to go through it and see at least maybe where he's been today.
Right.
If we can do that. So I know you asked Lieutenant Slaters about not destroying your house. Okay. And so far, we've done a good job of that. Okay. However, there is a significant amount of blood in that upstairs bedroom on the carpet. Okay. So we're going to have to cut that carpet to take that. Okay. But I wanted to be straight up with you, not go home and find that. Okay.
I appreciate that. Logistically, we have a dog. We were out. So the dog's in the car.
Okay.
Food's in the house. The dog's an indoor dog. You know when we'll get the house back? An idea?
It's probably going to be a couple hours at least. We are just now finishing up on our photographing, so minutes. It's going to take a little while.
Can you tell me if there's evidence of a fight?
At this point, I really don't know. It's possible.
Was there a broken glass up there?
I didn't see that. Yeah, I've not seen that. So.
Okay. All right. I'll take mine. Do you have a warrant that would include the phone?
No, we'd have to get one at some point. So we couldn't go into it without that. So
I've looked through it, and he's reached out to friends throughout the day, asking if they had heard from Aaron.
Okay.
Some texts back and forth.
Maybe something helps. And,
I know.
Helps him,
I know.
But I can't promise you that because I don't.
No, I know.
I don't know what else in there. So
I want to.
I know, as a father, I understand.
Jeremy, no matter how willing he had been to cooperate before, changes his mind the moment he finds Brandon's phone. Nobody ever finds out what was on that device, but whatever Jeremy saw was enough to convince him his son had done it. By this point, officers also suspect Jeremy knows where Brandon is, but as a father, he's not quite ready to give up his son. After all, what are the chances Brandon's phone just happened to survive the whole ordeal and end up lying there, waiting for Jeremy to find it? Soon, the officers turn out to be right in their theory, because just after a few minutes of this encounter, Jeremy calls them and says he's with Brandon, and the two of them, along with Rachel, are on their way to the police department. The moment they arrive, Brandon is taken into custody. The only question now is, will he finally tell detectives why he killed Aaron?
I'm Detective York. I work here at the wrong PD, of course. Detective York, yep, that's me. So I'm going to read you some stuff before we get started, okay? Before you ask any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you are asked questions and have him with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering questions at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Okay? This part right here, this is what you're going to sign to, saying you understand your rights. I am willing to make a statement and to answer questions without having a lawyer present at this time. I understand and know what I am doing. The above statements of my rights have been read to me. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no present pressure of any kind has been used against me. I understand my rights.
I would like a lawyer.
You would like a lawyer. Okay.
And just like that, Brandon invokes his right to have a lawyer. It's time to let him know that he's got himself an obstruction charge by running away earlier.
All right, Brandon. Hands up front. Nope, right here. Just good right here. In front of you, brother. You are going to be detained for obstruction, for running from the police officers this afternoon. All right. Have a seat.
It was now clear that Brandon had no intention of telling detectives what happened between him and Aaron. That, however, wasn't the case with Jeremy. He wanted to do whatever he could to help his son, while also giving Aaron's family the answers they deserved. So he made a decision and asked to speak with the detectives. What he would say next would escalate this case dramatically.
Is there anything that we can do for y'all right now?
I need to find that body. I can take you out. Try to show you.
I'm sorry.
I can try to show you.
You can try to show us
the general area, yeah.
Okay. And where might that be?
There's a road that parallels and it curves and goes up that hill. There's an old cemetery up the hill. You turn left, Tremble, something like Tremble.
Okay. Turnbull.
Not Tremble.
It's a dead end.
It's a church.
To the top of the hill. Past cemetery on the right.
Cemetery's on the left.
Cemetery's on the left.
I can show you.
All right. I can go to Caggy Spring Road.
I can show you. But boy's parents are out looking for him. Got a call from Brandon this morning around 9 or 10. Rachel was asking about vomit. So they had drank drinking since we said yesterday. And his hand or something. So anything that you didn't want Dad finding out that there was vomit upstairs in the carpet. That's all we heard. Then an hour or two goes by, and the boy's mom calls us, and Aaron Davis's mom, Sarah, and asks, Bursa tells us that the car was found. They don't know where Aaron is. We assumed, or I called Brandon back like immediately after he came from work and said, do you know where Aaron is? I said, did you do that? When did you discover vomit upstairs? So I'm kind of curious why he wouldn't help to clean it up if we got drunk and threw it. And he said, well, no, so he went to bed around 10. So when he got up around 1 or 2, he went up and Aaron wasn't there. He said that there was vomit. Some guy, he put his finger or something like that. That's all he said. And then I told him to go where the car was and start looking for him. It's his best friend. And meantime, we packed up. We were on vacation. We packed up and hightailed it here to try to help look for Aaron. And so we got in around, I'm just guessing, it was about 30 minutes before dark, so probably 5. We got in around 5, and we were told Aaron had run away. Ran from the house, ran from the police. No Brandon was and we set out to look for him. I'm telling you. Aaron's body is likely here.
Within minutes, units arrived at the location and started searching for Aaron's body. Soon after, it was found in a shallow, unmarked grave, wrapped in the same sheets he slept on at Brandon's house. The location was approximately 3 miles away from the park where his abandoned car had been found earlier that day. As per the court records, why Brandon murdered Aaron is still a mystery, but how he did it was revealed. On the night Aaron was killed, Brandon took him to a bar and ordered multiple drinks for him, and since Aaron wasn't much of a drinker, he was overwhelmed pretty quickly. Soon, they headed back to the house, where Aaron went to sleep in his room. Brandon then attacked him multiple times with a sharp object, eventually killing him. Once the deed was done, Brandon then went to Walmart and purchased a few cleaning supplies. CCTV footage captured him walking into Walmart, strolling through shelves looking for the required stuff, and eventually leaving with bleach, duct tape, and a sub. With that, Brandon is arrested and charged with murder of his best friend, Aaron.
All right, Brandon. I told you earlier you were being held for the obstruction from where you ran from the officers earlier. Now you're going to be charged with murder, aggravated obstruction, and hindering the investigation of murder.
Yeah.
With the pieces finally falling into place, detectives were left with the hardest part of the job, telling Aaron's family that he was no longer with them.
They have found Aaron. And he's deceased. He'll be transported to the crime lab. Coroner's office, Gene Proctor's office, they'll be contacting for information. We have charged Brandon with murder, obstruction, and
concealing the body, and aggravated and transported to the jail. And what started the fight, what caused the altercation, we do not know. Grant, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. His parents were being help, and was finding there. Oh, you're finding there. We'll find both of them. I don't know how well y'all know each other.
Brandon very well. The parents we know somewhat well. Okay. Well, the dad I know better. So
Well, it did occur at Brandon's house, and Brandon said try to conceal what took place.
You know when it happened?
When? No, sir.
Like I said, that's one
We just got a kind of a timeline. 20 days, no time, but back.
There's really not a lot we can say because we're still looking for some facts.
So we still got Aaron's car. We still got to process it. We haven't got proof to we're doing it in there, so we'll be contacting when we release the car.
We'll go ahead and do a search warrant for the car. I know you were going to give consent for us to search the car tonight.
Yeah.
We're not going to get to that tonight, so we're not going to keep you up here for that. We'll go ahead and do a search warrant for that.
Just so I'm always going to ask you a question when I get the questions from house of folks. The answers to everything. That's a lot.
Yeah, if you'd like to tell her with us,
it might be better just because she might have questions that are different.
That's fine. We understand. Would you like for me to go get her?
Sure.
Okay. Your husband has contact information for the coroner's office. We will reach out to them and make sure they have your guys' information, your numbers.
Why do that? We need my son.
On that tragic note, the investigation comes to a close. Brandon Risner ultimately pled guilty to a total of 12 charges, including 1 count of malice murder, 2 counts of felony murder, 2 counts of aggravated assault, and aggravated battery for stabbing the victim. Additionally, he faced severe charges related to covering up the crime, including concealing the death of another, abandonment of a dead body, theft by taking and removal of remains from a crime scene. Due to the severity of these violent and calculated actions, a Georgia judge sentenced Risner to life in prison without the possibility of parole. While justice was eventually served, nothing can undo the pain Aaron's family has endured. Our thoughts remain with them as they continue to honor his memory. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to subscribe to our channel. 80% of everyone watching isn't, and your support would help us more than you realize. It's free, and it keeps this channel alive. You can also check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here, or one of my newest uploads right here.